Hey guys, what y'all got going on today? I hope everybody's having a great day today. Welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. It is Granna. Hey, having a great day. I went out earlier, did my workout, knocked that out, got that out the way, stopped and ran a few errands after that. Now I'm back in and thought, before I sit down and relax and get all comfortable, I'll go ahead and talk to you guys for a little bit. So the only thing I did today for you guys was put on a little bit of lipstick, okay? But yeah, I was sitting here thinking about, we got these holidays still, it's starting the summer and the holidays starting to roll in. So we got the 4th of July coming up in a few weeks. But then I was thinking, what about Juneteenth? That is the 4th of July for African Americans. That was when we became free as slaves. And a lot of people have started to acknowledge Juneteenth and celebrating it, So I was just sitting here wondering, what are my people going to be doing? Are they going to be acknowledging and celebrating Juneteenth, or are they just going to celebrate the 4th? Because really, the 4th is not our Freedom Day. It's really not. But, that's what we was programmed to believe all these generations and generations and generations, that the 4th of July was for us. But, when you go back and you read your history and research it, it really wasn't, And I'm not trying to be no history teacher or anything like that. But sometimes I be thinking about these different things, you know what I mean? So, I had Googled it and everything. But like I said, the slaves... we was freed back in 1863. Abraham Lincoln signed the proclamation bill back in 1863. So that was our freedom. But because of the Union states and they was decided not to tell us or let us know that we was free. And then in 1865, there was a General Granna, went to Galveston, Texas, and he was the one to let us know, or go ahead on and say, hey, the slaves are free. So we, in implementing that declaration that had been signed by Abraham Lincoln, for our freedom, and they was saying, when I was reading about it, that one of the reasons that they had not went ahead on and freed the slaves down south was because they needed us to continue to harvest their crop. And they did not tell us. They did not tell the slaves that they continued through the seasons for the next 2 years to keep their slaves and keep them during the seasons, each season, to harvest their crop and, continue to be their slave. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of information. You go back and you can read about it and make your own decision on which holiday you think is really for the African American. Or you can celebrate both of them. I mean, like I say, this is another thing that's been bronzed into our minds. And this is another holiday that we was told this is a freedom holiday for all. And that's just not true. That's just not true. But you can go back and you can read about it and everything. It was saying that even after, the 2 years when it was first done in 1863, and it's taken 2 years for us to really become free, it took another additional year, like June the 19th, 1866, is when African Americans started celebrating Juneteenth. And that's what it means. It means June the 19th. That was the first, it said former slaves in Galveston celebrated after the announcement on June the 19th, 1866, 1 year after the announcement of freedom in Texas. They organized the first of what became the annual celebration day of the Jubilee. They called it the Jubilee Day. You know, it was called Jubilee Day. It was called Liberation Day. It was called Juneteenth Day. But when they first started celebrating it in 1866, it was Jubilee Day, you know. So that's when that started, okay? And it said early celebration was used as a political rally to give voting instruction to newly freed slaves. Early independence celebration often occurred on the January the 1st or the 4th. You know, in some cities, Black people were banned from using public parks because of state-sponsored segregation facilities. So, you know, they had to find places to have these, you know, these celebrations and stuff. But yeah, you know, go back and do your history and you know, and just decide, you know, which one of these holidays you want to celebrate. But, you know, it would be great if we all could come together and definitely celebrate Juneteenth, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day, you know, whatever you want to call it. That would be great for our history, for us to, you know, make sure we celebrate that. Make sure you're teaching your kids about Juneteenth. You know, make sure, you know, while they're on their tablets and their devices, you know, have them to Google it. You know, this is the month, you know, this is the week of that celebration, you know, like most big holidays or big celebration, you do them the weekend before, the weekend after, you know. And I know there's a lot of places that's actually planning a celebration for Juneteenth this year. I've seen them throughout social media and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of places that's going to be, you know, having celebration, you know. And I'm hoping during those celebrations, they're also educating and putting that education out there, you know, for our younger generations to read about. Because like I said, a lot of the stuff that was going on in school, they only hit and miss. They just sprinkle a little stuff in there. They'll put a little bit off in there for you to, you know, to just get a little bit of it, you know. Because back in the day, they didn't have these computers the way they do now. You couldn't Google this information. And if you was fortunate enough to have a book of a set of encyclopedias, you know, you could research some of this stuff. But if you didn't have, you know, a lot of families didn't have encyclopedias, you know, and the only time you could get information or look up some type of information was during the times you was in school. You know, a lot of us as African-American kids growing up, we didn't even have the opportunities freely to just go to the library. You know, either our parents had to take us, or if our parents was working, which they was working 99% of the time, we didn't, you know, you didn't go to the library to research and do stuff like this. You know, like I said, these days it's so much easier for your kids to educate themselves on all the history, you know, whatever your heritage is, your culture, whatever your culture is, you can educate your kids on that, because it's so much easier. You know, everything is right there at your fingertip. You got your tablets, you got your phones, you got on Google, you got all this stuff. You got Siri, ask Siri, look up this, Siri, look up that. You know, you got all this information right there at your fingertips. So yeah, you know, maybe during this summer, you know, I know the kids has been in the house the whole year, a year and a half. And some of the kids are fortunate enough now to go out to camp and get out. But maybe, you know, you can give them a project, you know, with Juneteenth. You know, we're still into the month of June. Maybe you can have them to research it and tell you what they think about it. And, you know, just do a little research on it. You know, I'm not trying to give them no homework, because I know they're glad to be out of the house and be able to do something different. But, you know, maybe you can just have them to do just a little research on it and stuff. You're never too old to learn. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with continually educating yourself on your culture and your history, okay? But yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely probably won't do too much for either, but I will definitely be sending up an extra prayer for Juneteenth, because without that day happening, we would not be where we are today, and all the things that our ancestors went through to get to that point, you know. So I definitely will be thinking about my ancestors and everything on that day. The 4th of July, probably not gonna do too much for that either. I am still taking baby steps about doing things for the holidays and all this gathering and all this kind of stuff. Still taking baby steps, you know. I'm gonna be, you know, taking a couple of trips to Georgia, to see my grandgirls, my kids over there, my son and his family over there. Probably be taking a couple of trips there. May take a trip or two down further south to see my family down there. But I'm really not just jumping out there full force. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm still taking those baby steps because, even being vaccinated, I'm still very cautious about where I'm going and what I'm doing. But yeah, enjoy your holiday, do your thing. Have your cookouts, barbecue, if you're going to the beach or whatever it is you're going to do to celebrate 4th of July, Juneteenth Day, just make it the best and just enjoy it and have a great time. But I was just thinking about Juneteenth, really, and just wondering, what you're going to do if you even acknowledge it or you even know about it. And, how are you going to celebrate it and what are you going to do? Because I know there is several events going around that people are planning to do and everything. So yeah, I just think about that. But yeah, while you're out buying, an outfit or something for your kids, drop a little knowledge on them about Juneteenth. Explain to them what's that about. And then, like I said, just let them research it. These kids so smart these days, honey. Once you just tell them one thing, they gonna question you on and go Google it themselves anyway. I know my grandkids, if I tell them something, they be like, oh, Granna, And next thing I know, they done went and Googled it. Like they gonna check me. Yes, my grandkids will check me on some stuff. You hear me? So yeah, just, let them use their minds. Let them go out there and explore and find some of this information out for themselves. Okay? All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's all I got. I hope you have a great week. I'm going to probably be taking a week or so off here. I'm not really sure when yet. I don't know if it's going to be the week of the 4th or the week after the 4th. But I'm going to take me a little week off in there. But I'll let y'all know when it get closer to that time, okay? All right, well, I'm about to get ready and get up out of here. You guys have a great day. Hey, don't forget to go back and give Granna some love. Share my video with your family and friends. If this is your first time checking out Kitchen Talk with Granna, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and become one of my people. I would love to have you on board with me. If you have any comments or any suggestions or anything, hey, drop me a line. Let me know. We can talk about it, okay? But yeah, if you're going to be out and about, if you choose to continue to wear your mask, do that because that's your business, not mine. If you choose not to wear it, though, just think about other people, and try to at least keep that social distance off in there, okay? All right, guys, y'all have a good one. I'm going to check you out next time around.